Are you building a leadership engine? Zig Ziglar, author, salesman, motivational speaker, gave one of my favorite answers when a business leader, leery of the risk of spending money to train his own staff, asked him, "But what if I train my people and they leave?" Zig's priceless response, "What if you don't train them and they stay?" Well put. A great article that I kept appeared some years back in USA Today about 19 companies that train, develop, and grow the most leaders, as evidenced by how many of them left to become CEOs elsewhere. It's an enviable statistic, despite the left-handed twist that they did in fact leave. The primo companies for most former employees who are now CEOs at publicly traded companies with market values of $2 billion or more were at the time GE with 26, IBM 18, McKinsey 16, then PepsiCo and AT&T tied with 13 each, and then 14 more companies with bragging rights for between 7 and 12 CEO alumni. Jack Welch, former GE CEO, was legendary for building a leadership engine in which he identified a high number of CEO caliber executives, established upward growth paths for each, and then was regularly briefed on their development status and readiness for a top leadership position. In an organization like GE, with a strategy of growth by acquisition, being able to pluck a qualified candidate from a ready gene pool on short notice is a necessity. Welch knew that every time he bought a new company and selected the CEO from his crop of internal talent, he would anger those who were passed over and probably lose them to other companies. He saw this not as a loss, but as what he had to sacrifice to win. Yes, he was training CEOs for other companies, and he knew it, but not doing so meant curtailing his corporate growth strategy. Procter & Gamble at the time had 12 alumni, now CEOs of other $2+ billion firms. The USA Today article quoted A.G. Lafley, P&G's CEO, as saying he takes some pride in their alumni who have left because it proves we are a leadership engine and a talent machine. Joe Mulya, CEO of TD Ameritrade, likens companies to football programs. He said the curse of successful head coaches is that the phones of assistant coaches start ringing with job offers because success breeds success. Also quoted was Yum Brands CEO David Novak, a PepsiCo alum, who said, "If people aren't going after your people, you aren't really building a great company." Is this ego talking or smart business? No doubt all these powerful leaders have egos, but that aside, it's clearly smart business. So what does all this mean for you? Sure, you could argue the other side and say, hey, it's tough enough finding capable talent at the mid-manager levels. Now I'm supposed to build an executive wing and stock it with presidential candidates, which will cost me a fortune, by the way, and then lose most of them when they don't get the promotion they were expecting? I don't have that much financial clout. No one said this would be easy. And realistically, few companies have the spending power of the 19 in that USA Today article. Certainly none in the small to mid-sized business category. But you don't have to carry it to the extreme they do, nor spend the wads of cash they are. And the essence of the point here is, do you have any kind of ongoing leadership development training program that will help you attract top talent, retain it, energize your people, and put you in position to capitalize on growth opportunities with leadership ready to go? If 1 in 50 companies can answer yes to that, I'd be shocked. Can you? If you can't, don't beat yourself up. Just get started today. And if you're puzzled about where to begin, here's good news. This wheel has already been invented. Study the mechanics and the methodologies of Jack Welch's factory for churning out high-caliber leaders. There are a myriad of available books by and about Welch on CD, downloads too. Few would argue he was the master. Or here's a best practices idea that will cost you very little. Identify 10 companies that are masters at growing leaders, that have a true internal leadership engine, and then investigate their methodologies for growing their leaders. To make your list of 10, each one should have a focused, intentional, and dynamic leadership engine with a crystal clear development curriculum that is working brilliantly. Would you spend $10,000 to learn their secrets? Then why not do this? Find 10 ambitious college grad students and pay each one $1,000 to research and report on the leadership program of one of those companies. The college kids will end up with more beer money than they can blow in a semester, and you'll have the skinny on how 10 successful high-powered companies did what you want to do. Can you think of a better place to start? Hey, This isn't hard. It isn't rocket science. The bottom line is the very best leaders recognize the importance of growing the next generation of leaders and put nonstop, perpetual programs in place to do just that. So there you have it. 9 success strategies for people in charge to help you get a grip on leadership. Now, go be the leader others will follow.